Hello Internet, my name is Hazel from Hazelnutty Games, and this is my kill of heroic Heigan the Unclean from the Curse of Naxxramas expansion from Hearthstone. This is the second boss of the Plague Quarter. Looking at his hero ability, this seems to be the easiest boss of the quarter. All it does is deal 3 damage to the minion farthest on the left, and that's really not that bad compared to most other things. So you would think that this would be the easiest boss, but it's not. He is like the aggroiest of aggro locks in the whole entire world. So we're going to be using a Warlock deck to counter him because of the intense value that you get out of things like Power Overwhelming, things like Sacrificial Pact, Soulfire to clear the board, and then of course Shadowflame is awesome in here. So I will show you how it works. Stoneskin Gargoyles are important because if you can end up with those as your leftmost minion while you have a taunt up, he will continually use his hero power on those and they will heal themselves back up, which just keeps you in business. So here we used a Sacrificial Pact to get rid of his buffed void, whatever those are called. He has a lot of those. It's almost impossible to make him run out of those, but hey, at least it's not buffed anymore. There he goes with the Death Charger. For taunt minions in this deck, I like Sludge Belcher because he's got a lot of staying power. Even when he dies, it's another taunt that they have to punch through, so that'll slow him down quite a bit. And Sunwalker has much the same effect with its Divine Shield. You want to slow him down as much as possible. This guy gets you, and he gets you pretty quick. He also manages to flood the board. I tried a number of different versions of Aggro Hunter against him because I thought I can get some good Unleash the Hounds value, but he ended up just overwhelming me. So here we've got some Drain Life, some Shadow Bolt. A lot of the Warlock cards that you can use for removal have the added effect of healing you, which is crucial for this deck. That extra healing is a big deal. So as you can see, the Gargoyle gets hit, it heals itself back up. However, he will occasionally decide that he really wants to get rid of it. He may throw a Soulfire at it, or sometimes they will hit it with a minion. So you can't guarantee it's going to stay out if you don't have a taunt, but in this case we've gotten fairly lucky. So he's finally got 4 minions out, so we're going to go ahead and pop a Mind Control tech. That helps even things out a little bit. And I'm going to use that to clear a minion. There we go. Finally time to do 1 damage to his face. And at least it's got 45 health and not 99 like Loatheb. So now we've got our taunt up. There he goes with the 3 damage, and that's going to heal right back up. No problems. And he has been slowed down by the presence of that taunt, which we kind of stole from him. Alright, turn 6. Gargoyle is all healed up, and we draw a Demonfire. So in this case, we're dumping out our Sunwalker after thinking about it heavily. In Sludge Belcher, Sunwalker, there we go, mana efficiency. Having that taunt is going to let us keep that Gargoyle to negate his hero ability, and even though that demon, that Infernal is going to hurt a lot, it's going to take it 2 turns to get through our Sunwalker, so we're okay. He likes Bane of Dooming. It's kind of irritating. And he also tends to use Soulfire fairly inefficiently in order to clear your board, but you can, that's alright. He will actually ramp you with that Mindpocalypse card fairly often. It'll give you a mana crystal and draw you 2 cards, does the same for him, but it's actually kind of nice for getting more of your hand in your hand. So, there we go, board clear, and can get a little bit more damage on his face. I tend to be very conservative with this deck about using my hero power to draw cards. You probably could be a little bit more aggressive with it and finish the game a little faster by getting more card draw, but I was so scared of my health total reaching 0. This guy does run charge demons, so you wanna be careful. And now we have another Gargoyle and a taunt, which is just perfect. And 1 lonely little Shadow Bolt in hand to deal with something one day. But his hand is also empty, so we've kind of stabilized the game a bit. I have a Blood Imp, which can buff some of my stuff, and I go ahead and pop hero power. There we go. Get rid of his taunt. And that second Mind Control tech probably won't see use because I doubt he'll be able to build his board up that much again. There's a Felguard. He's not very good at keeping his mana crystals. He really likes using those Felguards. There we are, and we drew another Sunwalker. Gonna use a Shadow Bolt on that to get rid of it. This was actually a mistake. I should not have hit it with that Gargoyle because he can now get rid of it with that hero power. I did not do the math. Always do the math, folks. It's very important. He does run Swamp Oozes, which is why I didn't like using weapon decks against this, so watch out for that, but against Warlock, of course, there's no problem. Gurubashi Berserker is actually not the worst card to have on the left-hand side. While it will die in 3 turns due to that 3 damage ability, it will also buff itself up to some crazy damage, and that leads to some interesting combo possibilities with Shadowflame. You can have that thing buffed up and about to die the following turn from the hero power, and then you can sacrifice it to AoE for whatever its damage is using a Shadowflame if you've got them, so That's kind of nice, and also Power Overwhelming works well there too, because if you know it's going to die anyways, then you may as well get a really, really big boom out of it. So in this case, we actually decided to use it on the Imp, and we're doing that to clear the Doom Guard, and then we go ahead and keep at it because we really want to get a big smack out of that Gurubashi Berserker next turn. It's going to live one more turn with 8 damage. Pops it to the Doom Guard, but what are you going to do? We have almost caught up on life, and I have an 8 damage Doom Guard. I run Doomsayer in this deck because occasionally you can get really unlucky with the way he's flooded the board, and he usually can't get rid of it. In this case, playing it was exceptionally stupid because I have a board that had lethal. I did miss lethal there. Feel free to rip me apart in the comments. That's generally more for early game if he's flooded the board and you don't have an answer. But yeah, you don't want to use it like that. That's probably something that could be subbed out. I didn't see very much use out of it. We got another Berserker, thankfully, and throw them on control tick. Whatever, bodies on the floor. Goes ahead and buffs up the Gurubashi Berserker, which is seeing quite a bit of use in various fights in Naxxramas. It's quite a good card. And he has minions, but it's not fast enough. We have lethal. I can't miss it this time. It's not going to happen. Play everything. Let's bad manners this. And that's how I do it. The deck list is on the left-hand side as well, of course, in the description below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think should be substituted for people that are wanting to try this. It's not optimal, of course, but you know, it worked good enough for me. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!